going to talk a little bit about going through a mortise lock, and there are times when you really would want to go through the lock rather than force the door. You might have someone that just stepped out for a minute and the slam lock is locked. They locked them out. They have an expensive door. There's no crisis. You're just trying to help them out. That would be a case where we would want to pull this cylinder out, reach in with our tool, and boom, we'd be right in, and they would only be out a cylinder rather than a whole door and a whole lock. If you look at how these locks are installed, it can help you to try to figure out how to take them apart. What happens is the door is open. Locksmith has access to the whole mortise assembly, and they screw in a cylinder, and then once it's in place, they hold it in place with a set screw. So when we turn them out, what we're trying to do is get enough of this lock onto a plier that we can now begin to turn it out. And what we want to do is wear down the head of this set screw and yet still maintain the integrity of this cylinder that we can turn it out. So one of the ways that we're going to do that is a little tip that might help you is instead of turning it counterclockwise right away, which would turn it out, just go a little bit clockwise, and that will help damage the head of that set screw, wear it down a little bit, and then turn it counterclockwise to turn out the cylinder. Once you've wound out the cylinder, what we've done here is modified the end of our pliers so that we can use them as a key tool rather than carry a separate key tool. And we're going to use, for this type of lock, the mortise lock, we're going to use the bent end of the key tool. So we have the lock. If this lock was, if the strike bolt was locked, you just reach in with your bent end of your key tool, go to the 5 o'clock position there, and push that over, and you've popped that lock. The slam lock, usually you can just find it with your finger, it's easier, and it's usually a very soft lock. So that's, you're going to get that with your finger. Sometimes, if you look, the lock, the door may not be quite lined up with the keeper of this lock, so you can see a little wear there. What can help is if your partner just jiggles the door just easy while you're doing this, and boom, you'll get it and it'll pop right open. What we're going to do next is we're going to actually go over and try to get one of these doors, go through the lock, a mortise lock, using our slip joint pliers. They're nice pliers, they're nice, the teeth are nice and sharp. They're high quality, not really that expensive, but you do have to look at what you buy, make sure you get the right ones. And they have a very narrow profile, which is going to help us get right in on that cylinder and try and turn that cylinder out. What we have here is a steel door with a mortise lock. It's a slam lock, but it's a good commercial grade, and we're going to attempt to go through the lock. So first thing that they're going to try and do is get at that lock cylinder. It might have a ring protecting it. We're going to try and see if that's the case and get rid of that. A good forcible entry person is not going to give up. They're going to try and get in there. There you go. A little persistence goes a long way. A lot of times there'll be pressure, people behind you telling you this, that, and the next thing. If you've got a plan, you've got to stick with your plan and go. He's going to go now clockwise, just a little bit, quarter of a turn or less, hopefully wearing down some of that set screw. And now he's going to go back and forth a little, and now he's going to try and turn it out. It may work, it may not work. All right, it's got a shield on top. He's going to get rid of that shield. And again, if you can get this, you might have cost the person $25 to $125 to replace that cylinder. That's a lot better than $500 for a door, and you still have the price of that cylinder. Again, you wouldn't use this in a fire. This is for a low-level emergency or an incident where you can take your time. Oh, he's got it. Got it with the pliers. Now we have that cylinder exposed. A lot of times that cylinder will fall apart as you're trying to do this. But hopefully, if he's just a little careful, he can wind it right out of there. Again, this is a quality lock on a quality door, but it looks like he's going to get it. He's going to go back and forth, turn it counterclockwise, and wind up with that cylinder out. He takes a look at it. He sees he doesn't have a stem. He knows he's going to need the bent end of that pliers or key tool, or he might be able to use his finger. It is a slam lock, and go in there, and poof, that door is open. Thanks for watching. I'm John Buckheit.